G'day, frothers. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Tonight, quite a cheeky little number here from Bosch. We're going to be looking at the GBH 18V-21. So first impressions, it's pretty much a full-size drill, but just a little bit smaller. In fact, it's 21 for 21 millimeters, which is the bit capacity on this. Bit weird. I don't know why on earth they would do 21 millimeters, because that is not a drill bit size that I've been able to find. Maybe they just want to differentiate this from the previous generation, which was the 18V-20. That was a brush tool, and because this one's brushless, but otherwise pretty much the same, they've just gone, yeah, it's a little bit better. It's a solid little unit. It's quite well balanced. It's not actually a drop motor. That's just a hollow sort of stump in there, which I guess keeps the wiring nice and cool as it runs high current from the batteries. But that's about it. Oh, well, actually, one thing I like. Listen to this. If you've ever been in an MRI before, that may sound very familiar. I'm not sure why it quite sounds like that, but that is the sound of big magnets being energized. Why does it have that particular sound? I can't tell you yet. I would have to crack it open, and it's possible that they're just using maybe a slightly cheaper motor than the other one, or maybe they're using a different driving signal. Normally it's a pulse width modulation that sort of drives these things, but maybe they're doing something different that, I don't know, that MRIs do. Can't tell you, but it's a pretty cool sounding thing, and she works great. So in terms of specs, this one boasts 2 joules of impact, which is a little bit lower than the big boys, but I mean, that's what this is. It's just a little bit smaller. Impacts per minute is meant to be 5,100, and RPM is meant to be 1,800, which is, oh, it's pretty high. That's it's got to be one of the higher revving drills that I've got, if not the highest. Anyway, let's see how that goes. Okay, so a little bit less, about 1,650. But still, that's, according to my records, that is the highest revving drill I've actually got in my collection. So there you go, that's something. What else? Let's check the weight. So it does suffer from that. So it does suffer from that problem there. But, you know, minor concern. You just got to loosen that, move that out of the way slightly. Plenty of drills are like that. All of the drills are this shape. 2.3 kilos. All right, not too bad. So compared to its bigger brother slash sister, yeah, I think this is a brother. You know, this is a little bit smaller. This one's 26 millimeter capacity. This one's 21. This one's 2.6 kilos, 2.3. You know, it's $400, about 340. You know, it's just slightly smaller. I think this is you know, superficially, it's a really nice size. I think it's a good size, because how often do you need to drill 26 millimeter bits? Bloody never. It's horrible. I don't recommend it. So as usual, our first field test is going to be the torque test. So let's see how she goes against the tree out the back. All right, so 17.6 Newton meters there, averaging up all those runs. Not too bad, sort of mid-range performance. You know what, I have a feeling I'm gonna say that a lot today, because it's a sort of mid-range drill. Let's see how she does with speed drilling. So it's a 14 millimeter bit, going in 100 mil, or about 4 inches. And let's see how fast she can do that. right, pretty good. That's actually better than mid-range. That's sort of on the faster end with 6.59 seconds averaging those runs out. But you know, on my chart here, I do have the the little 12-volt guys as well. But yeah, that's a very respectable time. I'm liking this little thing. All right, and as usual, our last test is the maximum capacity speed drill. So 21 millimeters is not really a drill bit size that exists as far as I can find. So I went for 22, still pretty big, bit smaller than the some of the other ones we've tried. But anyway, let's see how she goes. Alrighty, 11.08 seconds, averaging out those runs. Very nice. So at first glance, that is actually the fastest with this style bit that we've had. But also, don't forget, a smaller bit is going to be sharper. So you're going to have less surface area to distribute that impact. So, you know, potentially just going to be going a little bit faster just because it's smaller. But very nicely done. I'm very impressed with this little tool. So in conclusion, I reckon this is a real winner. Weird capacity aside, like, come on guys, just call it 22. I mean, it works. It's great. It's awesome. But weird size aside, this is just a real winner, I reckon. It's a great spot in the market because you know you tend to have your 1-inch drills, your 26 millimeters, and then your compacts and your subcompacts. And realistically, if you're drilling 26 millimeters all the time, you're going to go for a bigger drill. You're probably going to want a max, an SDS max. So for the vast majority of your drilling applications, I reckon this is a real good size because, you know, it's just a little bit smaller, a little bit cheaper. It's nicely balanced, it feels good. Yeah, real winner. I like it. Well done, Bosch. And I don't know, not much else to say. Otherwise, I wonder when the brain scan's going to be ready. Tell me it's good news, Doc. What's the diagnosis? Anyway, scratches later.